Hey guys, Tim here with the Long Hair Gardener, and today I am doing another garden tour. Last year I would do neighborhood tour. I would do sections of the city and do little tours of what people's flower beds look like. And this year, instead of doing neighborhoods, I'm doing streets. So I'm not sure what to call these videos. Street walking tours is probably not a good choice. I may get the wrong kind of traffic that I'm looking for with streetwalker, but that's basically what I'm doing. I am walking up and down the streets and seeing what kind of beautiful plants we can find. Look, this like hydrangea behind me here is humongous. So anyway, today's street walking tour is going to be of Spruce Street. Philadelphia is huge, so I do want to point out that I'm currently only covering like a 10-block span of Spruce Street. There are technically all of the streets that run east to west go from Front all the way to 69th Street, and that's a lot to cover. So when I say I'm doing a particular street, it's just a small section of it. Hopefully I can go back and cover more of the city, but for today we are focusing on Front to about 10th Street. But yeah, let's go take a walk down Spruce and see what kind of plants we can find. I see there is a yucca here in full bloom. This looks like the variegated version. Let me spin around here so I'm not facing the sun with you guys. I have a yucca that bloomed last year. It took a couple years to bloom, but when it does, it is quite spectacular. These flowers are very tall, and looks like the ants are enjoying these flowers as well. I walk by this area pretty frequently, and I think this looks great. Obviously shaded. Underneath the tree there are a lot of impatiens and hostas, and then right up here I have a feeling it's the same people. There's this little sunken garden area that is full of foliage right now. And right over here there are some beautiful lilies. I also see here's some that are actually close enough that I can get a good look. There are some astilbes, if you see those purple. Let me point here without knocking things over. There's some purple astilbes down here as well. But this is a cute little sunken in garden. A lot of the houses along Spruce Street here kind of have, you know, it's not just exclusive to Spruce Street, but a lot of places have these nice little front areas. Here are some morning glories climbing up over this fence, and it creates, these little areas create almost like little wooded sections right in front of people's houses here in the city. I see some geraniums here and some vinca vines. Some Gerber daisies. There's actually quite a few Gerber daisies in here. I want to say this is Bacopa, but I'm not sure. And it's more of the same, and it looks like it's a type of portulaca here in these pots. All right, here we have some heuchera here on the corner, and it looks like it's starting to bloom. There are some begonias that are blooming. I love, this looks like a little boxwood in the middle. I do love the ferns, and it looks like they had some columbine in here that has finished blooming. It is a very warm day today, so I'm trying to get this walk in before it gets super hot. There's a type of, I believe, African daisy down here. Sorry if my bag keeps finding its way into the camera frame. Let's see what else we can find up here. This is a really nice pot right here. Just gonna do a little scan around. We're not gonna go over every little plant in here because I don't know what they are, to be honest. Let's see what else we can find. There's a lot of activity out here on the street today. I love how many pots are in front of this house. They are loaded. They definitely have a little jungle going on here. I'm not sure what we have here, but I am excited to see. There is a tag in there. There's a balloon flower down here. Excited to see what this plant is. Hopefully I can come back and see it in the future. There is a fuchsia, and I see a begonia in here as well. But the entire house is just covered in plants, and there's a really pretty delphinium in the back here. Next door neighbor also has a beautiful planter. Let's see what else we have right up here. I guess because of the buildings and the trees, I'm always fascinated to see when there is a mixture of sun and shade plants together, like doing well. So I guess they just have the right balance for their needs. I walk by this area pretty frequently, and I admire these plants. I love all of the plants here around this maple tree. And right over here, this is pretty green most of the year. There's a hellebore in here, which I see even in the winter time. But this is a nice collection of foliage primarily, but it's all different shapes, which is why this works so nicely. And they also have some houseplants here which come out in the summertime. There are a lot of cute little pots right here in this area. Just gonna do a little quick walk by. Some gazanias. Don't see those too often. This planter right here is definitely my style. This is an interesting pot. There is, try not to be too creepy, but there is this little garden right here. I would love to go in and take a look. It is stunning, at least from where I can see right here. Maybe one day as I'm walking by I can make friends with whoever that is. Love the foliage right here. I think this is lungwort. I did want to show you this beautiful example of an espalier trained tree. I think this might be a magnolia. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks really nice. And these people also have really fun containers. Like, these are huge, and I love these ones here with the like handles. This one down here has like little dancing people, and there is another urn right over here, and another espalier. In addition to finding new and interesting plants, I also love to see all the different containers that people have. Sometimes they are like unconventional containers, and just sometimes they're just like really interesting, unique containers, kind of like the ones that are behind me here. So that is also part of the reason why I like walking around and seeing what other people's like garden areas look like. We have a couple dahlias up here and some petunias. It is going to be 90 degrees today, and I think these guys might need a little bit of a drink. Check out this pot. It is absolutely huge. It comes, the top lip here comes up to my waist. And then right next door, sorry, I'm jingling my keys. These are some nice trellises. They would look great with some vines. Let's see, can we make this green light? I see a whole bunch of pots right here on the corner. Let's see what we have. There are some lily of the valley in here. And let's take a look at these lilies. There's also an orange one down here as well. There's a nasturtium. Just noticed there are a lot of little like cherubs all over the walls. And a little like devil guy. This house is fun. Look how beautiful this is. Oh, and I just saw this. Love the combination of colors right here. This petunia is very pretty. I have some nasturtium seeds and I definitely need to plant them because I love the shape of these leaves. There's a beautiful caladium and sweet potato vine in this pot, and look at this pot right here. It is massive and so nice. I would love to have a pot like this in my backyard. There's a mizu plant, some begonias, and there is a yucca, like the houseplant version, in the center of this pot. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, we have a couple pots here in front of this house. We're just gonna do a little walk by. I think I pointed out this pot before, or maybe somebody else had it. It's like a fish, which is kind of fun. Let's see. I love when people have planters hanging off of the light poles. So here are some geraniums. Got some helleborus right here. It's a really pretty begonia coming up here. Really like this one right here. There's some lemon coral sedum spilling out over the edge as well. Let's just keep on walking down the street. As I was walking by here, I wasn't even sure that these were real because of how vibrant the colors are, but they definitely are. And I like this vine here. I'm wondering if this is like a member of the Dichondra Silver Falls. I think this might be like Emerald Falls, which I've never really seen before. I am, of course, only guessing. Could be something completely different. Take a look at this little hydrangea right here. And there are some really beautiful window boxes right across the street here. We'll take a look at those in just a second. Gotta take a look at the ivy over here. You know what, let's go for it. Hopefully we don't get hit. So these are really pretty. I love the, I'm gonna say probably like oxalis up here. And these down here also look really nice. I always love a snapdragon. There are some on the very top. Got a little planter down here as well. Let's see. We are, believe it or not, the river is right down here. So we have already covered what we wanted to cover today. There are some like really pretty flowers over here. We'll go take a look. All right, this looks beautiful. There is a crazy amount of New Guinean impatiens in here. There's also some like chartreuse coleus. This is a really nice combo of colors, nice and bright, lots of contrast. There are people driving on the cobblestone streets over here, and they do make a lot of noise. They make for a bumpy ride if you've ever driven on them. But this area here is quite beautiful. I've spotted a few yellow plants here. I don't even know what these are, but there are a ton of bees. And they are surrounding this memorial. You know what? While we're here, let's just take a look. I feel like I should have seen a sign by now telling me what's going on, but I haven't seen it. I'm sure I'm just overlooking it. Oh, here we are. The Irish Memorial. I don't know that I've ever really noticed this before, which is shocking because I have lived in the city for half my life. But it does change pretty frequently. All right. Found a few more plants here. These petunias are happy. And also, oh, I can't remember what this is called. Why do I want to call it like cat mint or nepeta? Not sure. Maybe if I would walk up here, I could actually get a better shot of what we're looking at. There is a bunch of yarrow right here. It's like a lot of wildflower type plants in here. Sorry if it's really noisy. I am like right next to this is like 95, like the highway, so it's incredibly loud. There's some butterfly weed back here. Let me try not to get run over by the joggers. There is something up here as well. I'm just gonna do a little quick look. And then get away from all of the noise. There is a beautiful like pot down here. Hopefully you can see it, with elephant ears and a few other shade plants, which is really nice and surrounded by like this water feature. Okay, I walked all the way down to the river. You see this huge boat here in the background, and luckily they have some plants down here as well. Let me get a little bit closer. Look at these guys. They also have some red hot pokers. Honestly, there's a dahlia down there as well. There are some alliums. There's some zinnias down here. I'm glad I came down here. I've not been down here in a while, and I was not expecting there to be so many wildflowers. So this was a nice little surprise. There's a lot of boat pieces and possibly a missile. I don't know what's going on. More boats here in the distance, and also a submarine. And you can see the Ben Franklin Bridge here in the distance. This flower tour has quickly turned into a sightseeing tour here in Philadelphia. Alright guys, that's everything for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click like, and don't forget to subscribe, because there are going to be more videos where I am walking around Philadelphia, and also many more updates on how my garden is doing at my apartment. So I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you on the next garden video. Have a good day.